Ofcom has this morning announced that BT has agreed to its requirements for the legal separation from Openreach, the biggest reform in its history.
The telecoms giant has faced growing calls from rivals to break up. Sky, TalkTalk have long complained they have to use BT lines to provide their services.
As they argue, this means customers get a poor service as they can't make improvements. Let's speak now to the Chief Executive of Ofcom, Sharon White. Very good morning to you. Thank you for your time this morning. Could you just explain what this change will mean?
So it's a major reform to Openreach, which will create it as a legally separate company, independent from BT, with its own board, working by law for the interest of all customers, not just BT, making investment decisions in your broadband, again with the interests of the whole telecoms industry and not just BT. And it matters because we believe this change will drive better broadband for all of us.
So how are you going to measure whether this works? So in 6 months' time, in 12 months' time, the people who are watching you speaking now, if their broadband is not better and cheaper, this will not have worked.
We're going to be monitoring this very closely, very robustly, as you'd expect. And the key issue is, does Openreach make its decisions, invest in a way that's for the good of the whole country? It's not the only reform that we're making to improve broadband, so we are going to be setting tougher rules so that engineers turn up on time to fix your broadband, but also if things do go wrong, for the first time there'll be automatic compensation so that you get a check in the post if Openreach doesn't deliver.
Yes, I'm still a bit curious about how you're going to judge this, because the way that consumers judge whether their telecommunications provider is good is whether it works well, whether it's fast in connection with broadband speed, and whether the price is right, whether it can be cheaper, more competitive. If those things don't happen, what will you do?
So as I say, we'll be monitoring very closely to see whether is customer service better, is the quality of service that all of us receive better, is more investment going in, and we'll be watching those things very closely. And if Openreach doesn't deliver, then we will look at what further action we will take. But it is part of a broader set of reforms, including a much tougher focus on customer service across the broadband industry.
You'll be very aware that BT's rivals, including Sky, for example, they wanted something else, didn't they? They wanted that Openreach become entirely separate, so not a part of BT at all. That surely would have guaranteed that it was genuinely independent, because a lot of people looking at this will think one way or another, those people who are operating Openreach will still be answering to the parent company, which is BT.
Legal separation brings significant independence. It has many of the benefits of structural separation, but without all the costs and all the disruption. And the great advantage of legal separation, a separate company from BT, is that those changes can be implemented quickly, and all of us up and down the country can start to enjoy better broadband faster.
But can I just ask, why not insist on complete separation? That would seem like the logical way of guaranteeing no one in the future can accuse BT, the parent company, of interfering.
As I say, legal separation, independence from BT, what we've seen is that those changes can be implemented very, very quickly indeed. Structural separation costs lots of disruption. It simply delays getting better broadband to customers, and that's why we've gone with legal separation, because we believe it will lead to better broadband more quickly with less disruption.
Sharon White, thank you very much for your time this morning. Sharon White, Ofcom. Just on those announcements made in the last 20 minutes or so about the changes to Openreach and how that will be governed in the future.
It is 7:35.